back in the pub. Welcome back to Beer Brackets, everybody. We're featuring another Collective Arts beer today. We already reviewed the Collective Arts Lager on the channel a couple of months ago, and we got a few comments, I think, on that video actually saying that people enjoyed the Life in the Clouds from Collective Arts a little bit better. This is their NEIPA, the New England IPA, coming in at a solid 6.1% ABV. Again, Collective Arts out of Hamilton, Ontario, Canada, where I lived for a couple of years. I've got an interesting connection with this particular beer. I've already talked about in the lager episode why that lager was one of my go-tos.
All right.
So when I moved to Hamilton...
Story time.
Yes. For any guys out there, you know that your barber is a little bit of an intimate thing, right? Like the people who cut your hair. I don't know about you. I don't know if you probably still cut. Do you cut your own hair?
It's just myself.
I don't want to assume, but I guess you just buzz yourself, right?
No, it's just myself. Yeah, it's just I'm
So
my beer guy.
I'm sorry. Maybe
I'm my hair guy.
But for the people who do have the beer hair, it's a thing. You have a good relationship with your barber. You get used to them. You get in the routine. When I moved to Hamilton, I didn't have a barber, so I was shopping around a little bit, and I found this one place called Hendry's. And Hendry's was in this on Barton Street in Hamilton. It's a really sketch street, but a really cool barbershop. And the cool thing about it, they had a bar in the barbershop, so you could get a beer and you could sit and drink your beer while you're getting your haircut, which is freaking fun. And just hang out after and have a beer and talk to people and hang out with the bartender if you wanted to.
Genius.
And it was this really beautiful little, right? Such a good idea.
Genius.
Beer and barbershop just goes so well. And they had Collective Arts beers. Every time I'd go get a haircut, I'd get a Life in the Clouds, and it just became a thing. And it was so fresh, obviously down the road from the brewery. I'm assuming they served a lot of it there. So I'm excited to revisit that. This is our first NEIPA that we've reviewed.
That's pretty awesome in itself. But then you're adding this beer story, and that just makes everything better. Now I have, I've never been to this barber shop, and now I kind of want to visit.
It's cool.
I've heard very good things about it, and I love their lager, so I am very excited to try this tonight with you.
Happy you got it. Happy you're able to get the lager too. But let's crack these open and let's have a little taste of Hendry's Barbershop in Hamilton, Ontario. Just picture somebody playing with your hair and combing it.
Can't relate. Well, very long distant memories when I remember having hair. Very far away.
Beer memories.
In the very, very far beer memories.
You could still go see a barber and get your beard.
Oh yeah. No, I've been a couple of times to barbers for beer, but not for my hair, of course.
Right. Yeah, get like a straight razor shave. Get the beard sort of conditioned, shampooed, and trimmed. Yeah, you can do the whole thing.
Ever since I got my beard cut one time at the barber, they taught me about straight razor, great. So I bought one and now I use it. It's awesome.
I remember the last time I was staying at your place, I saw that in the bathroom. I was very impressed. Your array of beard products. Let's say beer products. They're very close. It was really impressive, man. You take good care of that thing. It looks luscious and beautiful.
Yeah, you gotta try at least. I don't know if it's how I poured it, maybe, but look at this foam. Look at this. Look at the bubbles.
Whoa!
Here.
Damn. Okay. Wow.
It's impressive. It almost looks like pineapple juice.
It does, right?
Right. It's very inviting and vibrant. It almost has its own light coming out of the glass, which is it's amazing.
Like Frodo in the
yeah, exactly. When when he's fighting Sheila, it's here.
Exactly. Do you want to wait for that head to die down a little bit? That's probably blocking out the aroma for you.
Well, a little bit. Let's say aroma cheers at least too.
Aroma cheers. Aroma cheers. Do you want me to start? Because to let your foam die down a little bit.
Go ahead. I love this. This way, it gets a second to settle.
Yeah, it gives your beer a second to calm down.
Oh, look at that.
It's just that beer is too excited. The cool thing about this beer is that it doesn't reinvent the wheel at all when it comes to NEIPAs. There's nothing super unique there. What I've always appreciated about this beer is that it really doesn't assault you with any of the characteristics. I've had some New England IPAs where the citrus element is super strong on the aroma. So very, very, very hop present, very sweet, very fruity on the aroma. That for me is a little bit of a turn off. And again, I know this is a super popular style and there's a lot of people out there who really just love it. The juicier, the sweeter, the fruitier, the better. What I like about this one is that it's mild. It's a little bit more subtle in what it does, and it's very balanced. You get a little bit of that yeast, a little bit of the maltiness, a little bit of pineapple, mango. Those hops really come through. It's hard for me. I find scoring IPAs a little bit tough because it's such a spectrum of characteristics. I'm gonna go with a 2. I'm actually literally salivating just from smelling this.
Yeah.
What about you?
Solid score, my friend. Now that the head has died down a little bit.
Yeah.
I love how fluffy the foam is. Like, I mean, that looks so inviting. It's almost like you know the foam you would get after a slow pour? That's, I don't know if you can see it here, but you get like almost that.
Yours
foam,
looks
like
incredible.
Awesome.
I think yours is somehow probably a little bit fresher than mine. Just judging by the carbonation and the foam that you got. 5. Okay, so mine's pretty fresh. It's only 2 months.
Pretty impressive, I will say. I love how much fruit flavor they were able to pack into this.
Yeah.
Like you get, maybe it's just because I'm thinking pineapple, but I get some tropical fruit notes. So let's leave it at that.
It's very
like,
pineapple-y.
Pineapple,
Very pineapple-y.
mango,
It is, yeah.
Guava. Like we can put it in that realm, like something you would expect in a tropical drink. Ever so slightly herbal without getting piney or grassy at all. Mild overall, like across. Like the volume is kind of like, low to not be like too intense, which is a good thing probably because this, if they're leaning more towards a more sessionable drink, this is something that like would fall into that category. So I think I agree with you, my friend. A 2 is where I would land.
Cheers, buddy. This is
Cheers.
weird. I'm going first. It's strange.
It's the alternate beer ending, my friend. Like the roles got switched.
I know. It's so strange. We flipped into a different parallel beer universe at some point.
That's it. If you don't know what we're talking about, there are videos out there that will explain.
Well, if you go back and watch that Beer Bracket of the Month episode with the alternate endings, a lot of that would be explained. 2 years ago, the beer bracket world might have taken a shift. And we might be in an alternate timeline right now.
We don't know which one we are in.
See, this is why I really like this beer. But I will preface this by saying if you are a big IPA drinker, you might find this one a little toned down. But for me personally, what I really like about this is that there's some lager characteristics hidden in there. A little bit of maltiness, a little bit of that Collective Arts yeastiness. Again, if you've had a couple of your beers, you can detect that. It's in there. And then it's just like a pineapple juice. It's kind of like a very tropical fruit character that's there. But it's so, I find it so balanced. And again, it's not doing anything new, but it's so drinkable. I have had 2-3 pints of this before sitting in Hendry's for talking to the bartender and the other patrons there. Yeah, I think the taste of this is probably the best part of this beer. I'm going to go 2.5 on the taste.
Solid analysis, my friend. Again, like I like this roll swap. All the flavors are there, but in the right amount. So it's not fatiguing.
Yeah,
it's just the right amount of everything, and you get like the tropical fruit notes. Be it, I mostly get like pineapple with hints of like almost like a guava kind of like acidity.
Guava, yeah. Yeah.
But then you get a little bit of that bitter hop without being overwhelming. You get that yeast character. You get that nice like malt forwardness at the end that like coats everything and like wraps up the taste beautifully. While on the aroma, I would have liked a little bit more. Here, I think it's extremely well done. So 2.5, my friend. I'm going to match you on that. I could definitely drink a couple of pints of this.
It's one of those beers where it's not going to get the 3s. It's not going to get the really high scores, but it's still solid, right? It's that solid middle ground of a beer where it's like, I'll take it any day of the week. I'll never complain. If it's on tap, I'll have one. But it's not that like upper echelon. All right, mouthfeel, buddy. Let's do a quick refresher.
Oh, let's do it. I'm very excited for the mouthfeel here, given like the foam characteristic.
Oh man, yours is just another level. Mine is not as carbonated as that. What I love about the head on this beer, the head stays for the most part. It's thick, foamy. Even though mine is much less carbonated than yours, there's still a very thick, creamy, foamy head on it, and it laces the glass if you swirl it around. That foam stays there on the glass. It's
solid.
Yeah,
it's solid foam. Like I love it.
Sometimes when the New Englands are really thick and juicy, it coats your palate. It gets kind of oily.
Yeah,
almost like you're drinking straight up pineapple juice. So it gives you all those beautiful characteristics of drinking in New England without that palate fatigue that I get. And almost lager-like body to it. That's sort of, it's got a lager bite. Just for the style, I'm going to go 2.5.
So my friend here, I was curious to hear your analysis. Carbonation, like it's beautiful, like it's just like silky and it goes. I was trying to pinpoint, there's one element that I can't quite place, and then it struck me.
What is
it
it?
has resemblance to wheat beer.
Yes. Good point. Yes.
It's very, very similar. I
100%.
was trying to find that silkiness is not completely the same, right? Like, but it's very, very close.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because it's something that you would not expect from an IPA in general.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, it probably has to do with the fact that a lot of the New England IPAs are brewed with like wheat and oats in part of the grain bill. But it's interesting how these two elements are playing together. That mouthfeel, like still having the bitterness, like hitting your tongue. 2.5 is a absolutely deserved score. Like very well done.
Oh, man, that's awesome. I'm happy you're enjoying it as much as I am, too. I think the reason we're getting matching scores here is because we both have the same philosophy towards IPAs, right? We're not the biggest IPA freaks. So for us, this is right up. And that's why I was excited for you to try it because, again, for a big IPA connoisseur, trying this beer, if somebody recommended it to you, you might be like, it's good, but I've had a lot better.
Yeah, look at that lacing there. Like I love the bubbles, like how they're just like staying on the glass.
All right, finish. It's weird that I'm starting because I always throw it over to you, introduce the category, throw it over to you. Now it's like I just got to talk about it.
Do you want to switch again?
Let's switch back. Let's switch back. Let's get the universe back on track here. All right. This is weird. This is really weird.
We're crossing the streams. Dude. It feels
this isn't
unnatural.
Feng Shui. I don't know. It's just not. The angles aren't right.
But it is true, though, my friend. I'll say, like, we've gotten so, like, we've done that, like, for such a long time, but we have our flow. We don't even have to think. And it has been, like, a little strange. Like, I don't know. It's like,
it's been a little weird. All right, buddy. We're back to normal. What do you think about the finish?
Cool. I think, actually, the finish is one of my favorite parts of this beer. It really evolves. And I think the finish is where it's kind of really taking the point home. Like, it adds all those elements in the right amount without being fatiguing. A lot of times, like with IPAs, like you have these very lingering flavors that are staying for a long time, and some people enjoy that. Like like you said, like we're not necessarily the biggest fans of that. Like especially when it comes to the bitterness. But here you have that tropical note, a little bit of bitterness, that nice malt presence, and then it just like fades, and you're ready for the next sip. 2.5, my friend. I'm going high here. Like I think this is a very, very good beer. I can see why a lot of people were recommending it and why you were enjoying it. What do you think?
When I say it's hard to rate IPAs, because I find so many of them are so similar. I guess you could say that about a lot of beer styles, but IPAs in particular, maybe because the market's just been so flooded. I've tried so many New England IPAs in my life, and they're all along. I mean, there's so many commonalities between them, right? I mean, it's just a style of beer that when you've had one, you've kind of had a lot of them. Yeah. More so than other styles. I've very seldomly tried one that did something unique. I wasn't expecting to go as high as 2.5. In my mind coming in, I was actually thinking, knowing the beer, I was probably going to do 2s kind of all the way through. But now, like really sitting down and not just sipping on this while talking, getting my hair cut, and thinking about other things, really focusing on it. It's pretty amazing what it does for the subtlety and how it brings out all these different characters without that bitterness, that sort of like fruity, pineapple-y, acidic bitterness that you get on some New Englands where you're halfway through the pint and it's just every sip, it's like that acidic bitterness just stays. I love it. Like you said, yeastiness, some maltiness, you get it. The hops are definitely there in the tropical elements. And it doesn't fatigue you, which for a finish is impressive in this style. So, 2.5. It was an overall beer experience, buddy. What do you think?
That's a tough one here. I am very surprised by the quality and the drinkability of this beer. If I'm thinking specifically like New England style, this is incredibly well done. I think I'm going to stick with the 2.5. Deserves it, and I can definitely see why, my friend, you were recommending it, and a lot of people in the comments were recommending it because it's worth it.
I've had pints of New England before where I'm one and done. It's like, okay, the first couple of sips are always, this is so fruity and nice, and citrusy and bitter and tasty. Like, it's always good. But then halfway through, just like, okay, yeah, it's getting more and more bitter. It's lingering, and I just get fatigued by the end of it. If I was in a bar, and this was the only beer they had on tap, and I finished a pint, and like, do you want another? Like, yeah, I can do another easily. And that is to achieve the flavor that this does with the drinkability factor. Yeah, man, I'd agree 2.5. Yeah. Calculating our final scores, which if you are curious about, we'll put a link in the description like I always do. We could check out a breakdown of the beer brackets review system on our website. We're old school like that. We have a website. Everybody does. It's going to become irrelevant these days. 4 on 5, which is an excellent beer. That, again, I wasn't expecting this to come just that high, but it did. Collective Arts, Life in the Clouds. Let us know down below if you tried this one before. What do you think? What's your favorite New England IPA?
And no matter what you do, don't forget to close your beer brackets.
Click the beer bell. It's going to let you know when we're hanging out in the pub having a beer, so you can jump in and join us. And cheers, everybody.
Cheers.